What is going on, guys? This is your boy Moto MMA here, aka Jason Balls, bringing you another video. Guys, awesome. Thank you so very much. I am at 151 subscribers. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. But if you guys could, please keep commenting, keep liking, keep subscribing, keep getting me out there. My goal is to reach that 200 mark by the end of this year. And I think I'm going to reach it, and hopefully then some. So I've got big dreams and definitely got big hopes. Now on to the video. Jake Paul and Ben Askren running out of time. What do I mean by that? Yes, the fight is approaching. But I don't know if you guys have ever, if you've never fought before, or if you have, you can definitely relate to this specific feeling or topic. At this point, Jake Paul and Ben Askren roughly only have about 2 weeks left to the fight. It's on the April 17th. 2 weeks left to a fight. Nothing that you have, nothing that you do really changes. Because what you're doing as far as training wise is actually going down a few levels at this point. 2 weeks out, if you're sparring, it is light sparring. Very light. Because 2 weeks out, especially with a fight this big, to be honest, I doubt they're sparring at all. Because at the magnitude of this fight, the other card, fights on this card, I mean, everything that goes with it, they're probably not sparring at all. Because 2 weeks out, you don't want to get hurt. Jake Paul or Ben Askren gets hurt at this point and they have to pull out of the fight with the trash talking, with the confidence and the swag that these two have put into it. You look like a punk. You look scared. You lose all credibility if you pull out the fight at this point. At this point, they are all in. You pull out for any reason, you look scared. Even if the fight is rescheduled, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, well, we're going to do this in another month, another 2 months. Whoever pulls out of the fight will seem like, well, you know, that person was scared. They just needed more time. They're trying to duck and dodge. All that will come out. So as far as the sparring goes, you're not sparring anymore. As far as your weight training and all that kind of stuff, Jake ain't pulling up more trucks, guys. Not at this point, okay? At this point, your weight training is smaller weight, maybe some higher repetitions, things like that. But you're not trying to pack on any big weight, any major weightlifting, because again, you don't want to tear or pull any muscles. All you're doing at this point is just kind of like sharpening your tools, right near the end of that point of really just sharpening your tools. At this point, you're rehearsing what you might have thought was a flaw in the person. You're probably going to be doing a lot of mitt work. You know, if you don't know what mitt work is, you ever seen them where they have their hands up and they're like, bang, 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 you know, hitting the pads, you know what I mean? Stuff like that is what you're getting more or less. You're not going to get any more of what, well, like I said, of another person hitting you. You're going to be doing a lot of mitt work. You're going to, if you focused on maybe slipping, you're focused on slipping. If you saw that, okay, this person likes to throw this, and an overhand, you're practicing, you know, countering it, stuff like that. You're kind of just going over the drill, getting it in your mind, you know, sharpening this tool. You should already know how. You should have already saw it. You should have already been perfecting it. But at this point, you're just trying to get that memory sharp. At this point, cardio is a must. If you have not improved in your cardio very much, it is extremely hard to do that within these 2 weeks, considering you have to be careful of how you train. You can't go all out. You can't be out there, you know, sprinting 100 miles and, you know, not that anyone can sprint like 100 miles, guys, really. But you can't be sprinting miles and miles and miles. You can't be doing a lot of the jumping up and down and dynamic movements of hard hit cardio right now. You can't do that. You're doing light cardio. You're doing things like jogging. You're doing things like hitting the treadmill. You're doing things like jump roping, but you're doing it at like a rhythmic pace. It's not like a really super fast explosion, because at this point with a fight that caliber, the main thing you're worried about is making sure that you stay in shape, but you do not get hurt. You don't want to get hurt at this point. Millions of dollars are on the line. Ben Askren's boxing skills, whatever his boxing skills are at, that's where they're at this point. He will not improve anymore whatsoever. Ben Askren has been fighting for years. He has put in some time to just focus on either boxing or whatever his strategy is to beat Jake Paul at this point. Let it be cardio, let it be just, making it a dirty fight, whatever it is, he's had to work on it. He's worked on it at this point, because next week, what they're basically going to be working on is if there's any weight cutting at all between the two of them, that's going to be going on a lot next week. So really, it starts to start slowing down. You know what I mean? You're going to start getting towards weight cuts. You're going to start trying to get your diets a little bit better. You know what I mean? If you're smart, you don't want to wait the week of the fight really to be trying to like jam in a lot of weight cutting. I'm not saying people don't do that. They do. You know what I mean? But if you're smart, a couple of weeks out, you're kind of working on the weight cutting. You're giving the last minute of your press and your interviews and your fight predictions and all that kind of stuff at this point. At this point, guys, they are preparing more or less mentally. At this point, the body should be sharp. The fight skills should be sharp. Now you need the mind to follow. You need to get out all the jitters. You need to get all the nerves and the anger. And that's the things that I think that more people will see from Jake Paul at this fight. We will find out whether Jake Paul can be calm and fight. Because what we saw when him and Ben Askren sat on that stage together was an angry Jake Paul. A guy that will blow through energy faster than you can count to 3. We saw a very calm Ben Askren. But however, in Ben Askren's mind, guys, there is some worries. There's definitely some worries. He may say, you know what, I don't really care about fighting. This is something I'm just doing for fun. But there's a catch to this, guys. Ben Askren didn't want to come back and fight. He said a serious opponent. He's not looking to come back and fight a serious opponent. He said so himself. He's not looking to get back in the cage. He's not really looking to get into boxing. He's looking to do something fun like fight the Paul brothers. So in his mind, as a competitor, he sees this as an easy W. He sees this as a W he should at least get. So if he loses, this is going to be a hard blow to Ben Askren in the inside. This is going to be something he's going to have to process, because to him, he just sees this as, this is an amateur who I have no business losing to. Who I just lost to. Oh, and by the way, I had a rough run in the UFC too. So Ben Askren does have some pressure on him to get through and to prepare for it in these next couple of weeks. Jake Paul, oh my gosh, he has a lot to get through. Because one, a lot of people said he picked the easiest fight in Ben Askren, because, we saw with the interview, Dylan Dance didn't want to take it. This person, that person obviously couldn't. So he picked Ben Askren, the guy that they said who got injured, with the hip injury and all that kind of stuff in the surgery. The guy who was supposed to be the worst striker in MMA. That's supposedly the guy that he picked. So now you lose to the guy with the hip injury, the worst striker in MMA. You lose to this guy, and all you beaten was other YouTubers. All of a sudden, people start looking at you different, thinking Jake Paul is a good boxer as long as he doesn't fight anyone who's a fighter, period. Not just a boxer, just a fighter. Because Jake Paul obviously can't beat real fighters. And in his mind, that is going to be something humbling. I've heard a lot of people say the same thing happened to his brother when he lost to KSI. So is Jake Paul going to go down that same humble path? We are soon to find out, guys. Time is running out. Jake Paul versus Ben Askren, April 17th. I will be watching the fight. I will probably be live streaming myself watching the fight. I'm not gonna, I don't think I can actually record the fight as I'm live streaming because I think that's against YouTube policies, but I will talk to you guys about the fight, kind of let you know what's going on. If you want to be watching the fight with me that night, you know, definitely get online, you know, let's talk about it together. We can send some comments back and forth, whatever. You know what I'm saying, guys? It'd be really cool. All right, this is your boy, Moto MMA, aka Jason Ball, saying thank you so very much for watching. And please, guys, hit that subscribe button. Let me know if you're going to be watching the fight down in the comments below. And thanks for watching.